Hello and welcome to another Cube Draft video here on YouTube. My name is Ethan, also known as Lord Tupperware. This is a modern Cube Draft. We are recording this the day that the Planeswalker rule has gone into effect, so now you can have multiple Gideons on the battlefield, which is pretty sweet for Cube. Gideon or other Planeswalkers. Don't want to leave anyone out. So no Planeswalkers here that we can mess with, but well, what do we got? I'd like to do something fun and janky. I'm seeing Wildfire and I'm seeing Thoughtseize as the two cards that pop out to me as being most powerful. I think Thoughtseize is like kind of meh, and Wildfire is a fun build around. It seems to not have a lot of respect, so I probably could just get it on the wheel, but I don't want to chance it. I'd like to grab it here. Looking for some mana rocks. I feel like I've taken this before on these YouTube videos, and it's not come together, so we'll see if we can get it to work out here. So Koth is nice with Wildfire, and not necessarily a card that we need to be aggressive with, though it does not defend itself at all. Otherwise, what are we taking here? So I'm not going to draft another mono red thing. We already did that. Battlesphere is nice, just like good colorless finisher. Otherwise, like Sylvan Caryatid is a good ramp card. And Ancestral Vision draws cards, but I'm not crazy about this, as I've said many times before. Just like, if you don't draw it on the first couple turns, it turns into a bit of poop soup. Feels like it's between Battlesphere and Koth, and I guess Battlesphere is going to be like good in any deck, and good in a Wildfire ramp deck, and I'm going to grab it here. I don't love starting with a 6-drop and then a 7-drop, but c'est la vie. Well, there's a Lightning Bolt. That is just good, clean, fun removal. There's also Mind Shatter, which I've gotten owned by before. But I don't want to like take another expensive spell, certainly not in another color. So I'm just going to grab Bolt here. I'm not going mono red, but I'm just going to take this efficient removal spell. That can also hit Planeswalkers, which is not irrelevant by any stretch. Alright, I do like Phyrexian Metamorph here. If we can't get the mana rocks, at least we can copy them. And also it's like insane with Battlesphere, so that's nice. Otherwise, what else am I looking at? A couple lands that I don't hate, but I don't particularly love with what we got going on here. I do like Shelldock Isle. I do like Whisperwood Elemental, just like really good mid-range card that needs to be dealt with, and also nice with Wildfire because you can sack it to make your stuff turn into manifested cards. But I'm just going to grab Metamorph here. Seems like the best pickup. Well, either there are no mana rocks or people are taking them correctly. But what do we have here? Any signals that we can pick up on? Not really. Not really seeing any like hallmark cards for any archetypes. A number of black cards, but I'm not crazy about Horde, Vendetta, or Kakusha. They're all kind of meh cards. I do like Anguish Unmaking. Be able to kill a non-land permanent is pretty worthwhile. And there's a Duskwatch Recruiter, which I do like in green ramp a lot, but not really where we're at. There's also O-Stone, which is a Wrath effect, but not. You can't really take a ton of advantage of it unless you are like activating it a few times with the 4 ability. I think I'll just grab a Magma Jet. Stick with the red control plan. You know, that deck. Red control. You know it. Well, red control is a Compulsive Research. There's a handful of really nice blue cards. Compulsive Research is an insanely good card draw spell, but Sweltering Suns is another red Wrath that also has Cycling, which I do like, so I'm going to pick that up here. Stick with my red control plan. Ooh, there's another good red control card. Ooh, I meant to look at the pack a bit longer, but I did want to take that. Collective Defiance, I suppose. Excuse me. Sipping on G&T here. Spellskite? Nah, take Collective Defiance. Whatever. This is mono red, but it's, you know, it's a different flavor of mono red. I mean, hopefully we'll get some number of mana rocks, because basically this deck is pretty sweet otherwise. Like, we need mana rocks, we need Gargadon, and that's it. Alright, Flame Slash I feel like was one of the only red cards in the pack, and that Makes me feel pretty good, but we've already got a handful of removal spells and a couple sweepers, so I don't feel like I need to prioritize this. I'm happy to just grab a Scry land. Yeah, sure. Planeswalker is still good with Suns and Wildfire, so I'm going to grab it here over Forked Bolt. It does just seem like mono red is open, and I am going to try my best to avoid it. I mean, we are trying our best to avoid a traditional shell of it. Lodestone Golem could be cute, depending on where we end up. And I do like Electrolyze. We've got the Temple. No idea what our second color is. Could end up not having a second color. I guess Flame Speaker, though I can't imagine we're going to end up running it. Well, that's what happens when you first pick a Wildfire, I guess. No. Ooh, Dreadbore is a nice pick up there. See, I'm not taking Hero of Oxid Ridge. I'm not even tempted by it. Rugged Prairie, that's a nice land. If we do end up wanting to be red-white, which I'm not opposed to, considering white has access to a number of Wraths as well. Yeah, I think this is actually a fine start to a deck. Pretty bummed about passing the blue. I wonder if that was correct, like pairing, like going red-blue and pairing our, check for a Mana Rock down there. There's not. There's a Soul Reap. That's a black removal spell. Alright, so we've got a couple of options here. There's a black-red land, and then we've got a couple Planeswalkers, and I think it's certainly going to be one of the Planeswalkers, and probably just Elspeth for ease of cost and color commitments. So it's cheaper and only one color. And I actually do like a red-white control shell. I think it's my only trophy. I mean, I've only done a handful of drafts in this cube, but I do think that red-white control does have some options. And there are a couple, there's at least one other Elspeth in the cube that's pretty nice, the 6-drop one. So, and now we don't get punished with that sick Planeswalker rule. All right, we're just going to grab Elspeth here. And hopefully we can wheel something. I mean, Adorned Pouncer isn't the worst if we're wrathing. Then we can bring it back later. So maybe that comes around. Grab Elspeth here. See what comes to us in this pack. Well, not a whole lot. Crystal Shard is cute if we end up red-blue. Sublime Archangel's not really where I want to be. Shivan Reef is a blue-red land, but not really where I want to be if I want to play this Elspeth, which I do. Siege Gang Commander is cute, sort of an army in a can, but, you know, doesn't really work with our Wraths. It's also like, a card like Phyrexian Arena is kind of nice, like, go Arena and Dreadbore and be like black-red. This is just so powerful, and red, if we are doing this sort of like removal life and wrathing with our Suns and Wildfire, like something like Arena can really help us stay ahead of our opponent. I'm going to take a flyer on Arena here. It's kind of like a Planeswalker in a way, and black I think is kind of underdrafted in this cube, so we'll see if we end up living that life. Ooh, baby. Well, I think we just grab Sarkhan here. Heart of Kiran is very cute. I would like to have a number of Planeswalkers, but I'm just going to take the card I know we're going to play, which is Sarkhan, and then move on. I mean, Heart of Kiran might wheel. Seems very unlikely. I guess Sarkhan might wheel, but that also seems pretty unlikely. I'm just going to grab the Planeswalker here. Come on, is it just too much to ask for a Mana Rock? Whoa. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll take Inferno Titan. I'm not above taking Inferno Titan. But how are we casting these cards? Where is my removal? I guess it's just like we're like 2 weeks into this cube and no one wants to draft the red decks anymore, is what it is seeming like. Rabblemaster, Hellrider, Abrade, all great cards. I'm gonna grab this Pilgrim's Eye, I think, just to spite everybody. I also think Pilgrim's Eye is fine for us. Maybe I would just want to Braid, actually. 3 damage to a creature or destroy an artifact, which actually is kind of relevant with some swords floating around. Yeah, I'll grab a Braid here. Wanderer Death might even be good. And Bloodgift Demon is that kind of card advantage I'm looking for, but I still don't really know what our second color is going to be. Well, I can't pass Gargadon. It's probably going to come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's probably going to come around, but I can't risk it. I don't want to play with this card too much to let it go by. Phoenix is kind of cool. we still have no idea what our second color is. We are mono red, but a different breed of mono red. Phoenix is cute with Gargadon. It's good at killing planeswalkers. We do have a good bit of stuff that can go to the face, so we can get it back. I think it's alright. Boom Bust is another like destroy lands effect, but I've not liked it as much as I had hoped. I like Helix. I like Banishing Light actually. As just a catch-all to kill planeswalkers. Yeah, I think that's better than taking like PNLR or the fetch land here. I'll take Banishing Light. Shoot, what did I want to wheel out of this pack? I don't remember, but it didn't come back. I'm not looking at these cards being like, oh yeah, we did it. I'll take Canyon Slew. I still think there's a chance we could end up black rather than white. I think that's better than just grabbing a Revoker for the sideboard. Alright, I don't want random removal spell. I don't want random green card. Take Siege Gang and be pretty sad. Siege Gang is nice with Gargadon, though. Huh. There's an Arlen Cord, which is bad. There's a Hornet Nest, which is pretty sweet with Wildfire. Yeah. And also pretty sweet with Sweltering Suns. Let's do that. Maybe we end up green? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we end up green. I'll take Bloom Tender here. Oh boy. Wandering Death, Aristocrat, Hellrider. Sure. Feels like the least mono red card is Wandering Death, so I'll take that. Nothing with haste. Ooh. Wow, Gargadon would have wheeled because Firecraft wheeled, and I will play a Firecraft. It is removal after all. Alright, I'm not holding out a lot of hope that we're going to get those mana rocks in the last pack, but it's possible. I mean, even 1, 2 of them would be just a treat. All right, that is close to a mana rock, but not. It is a rock, though. I'm gonna grab Liliana here. I guess so. It's like, what is the red card? What are the red cards? Kari Zev and Release the Gremlins. No, Mimic Vat is actually pretty great with the amount of removal that we have. I think Liliana is just really going to be a problem on turn 3 for our opponents. I think Liliana Arena plus Dreadbore is a pretty nice place to be at. It's not really great white options for us either, aside from Cast Out. We do already have like Banishing Light, if that's what we want to do. I think I like grabbing Liliana here. I really do like Mimic Vat, but I'm going to take the flyer and hope that black is open from this direction, and we shall see. Alright, I'm going to try this. Probably not running Koth if we can help it. Still, it just doesn't feel like it's on theme. So, the black cards are Ultimate Price and Sulphurous Springs, and I think Springs could wheel. The red cards are like Borderland, Marauder, Chandra, which I don't love, but Zealous I do love. Man, we are all set for Kiki Jiki. That would be a pretty sweet card to get. Zealous Gargadon is great, and Zealous is just awesome in a format with Planeswalkers, which this is. So I'm gonna pick that up here. Okay. If we're living that green life, we could grab Arbor Elf, but I don't think we are. There's a Steam Vents as a red land, but we don't need it. There's a Flooded Strand, which is a nice fetch, but we don't need it. There's Grizzlebrand. We have no way to cast it. I guess I'm gonna take Arbor Elf in the thought that maybe we end up red-green. Maybe. I just don't want Reckoner. I don't want Noble. Yeah, I'm gonna take Arbor Elf. This draft is weird. Ooh, baby. Oh, why you gotta do it to me all in one fell swoop, though? There's a Karn, there's a Chandra, and there's a Sphere of the Suns. Wow. Gosh, do I just have to take Sphere? I think I don't. I think I don't just have to take Sphere. There's also Noble Hierarch if we think we're green, so that's another thing to look at. I think I can't take Karn. I think I just don't have a way to reliably ramp into it. I think I just gotta take Sphere. Even if we're green, we're gonna want this. I guess it's only good with Wildfire. Like, maybe I just take Hierarch and go green. We lose out on Liliana, Arena, and Dreadbore, which are all pretty worthwhile cards, if I'm being honest. I think we just take Sphere, or we could just take Chandra. This pick is really tough, I think. Gosh, I kind of want to just take Chandra and just say fuck it to Sphere of the Suns. Yeah. I'm going to say fuck it to the Sphere. Alright. There is a Garruk and a Search. I mean, Garruk is better. Garruk is better. So let's just take Garruk. Alrighty. There is an Ajani. There's a Bloodstained Mire if we want to fix... I guess we should just take Mire, right? Should just take Mire. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I mean, Thunder Maehulkite is very good, just period. But I'm just going to take Mire. Ooh. Ooh. I like Chandra Flamecaller. I like Cultivate. I guess we're not green. I mean, we might be, but we're probably not. Chandra Flamecaller is just good. Just gonna take that. I should have taken that Sphere, man. I should have taken that Sphere. Well, there's an Olivia, which is pretty sweet, and there's also Pia and Kieran Nalaar, which I think is pretty sweet. Olivia is probably better than Pia and Kieran if we're red-black, which I think we are. We might be like red-black running 20, like just 17 lands or something. Or 18 lands, I should say. Yeah, I'm gonna take Olivia. I don't want any of these cards, and I don't care about any of these cards, so I'll take Tessie Gray. Red was so open. But I resisted. I resisted for you. I mean, I think this is actually a pretty sweet deck. It's a little schizo, but I think it's got some sweetness going on. Earthquake is another Wrath, and it doesn't kill our Planeswalkers, but it can kill their Planeswalkers. Take Grudge for sure. We really could just be like mono red control. Ooh, Bedlam Reveler draws us cards, doesn't it? Oh, I want to play that. Man, maybe we're just red. Just mono red? No. Resist. Maybe cut Phoenix. Huntmaster's kind of cute. If we did go green. If we lose Arena, which I think is relevant, and we lose Dreadbore, which I think is kind of relevant. Siege Gang is nice with Garg. I like Reveler. For each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, how many of those do we have? We have a bunch of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. A bungle. Ooh, we could have the 2 Chandras in play at once. I think we got to go 18 lands here. We've got a Scry land and we have a Cycle land, so I think we got to cut one thing. And that one thing is like probably should be Sweltering Suns, because it's a little narrow as a Wrath. We picked up Earthquake, which I think is better. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right. And we're going to add some lands. Those lands are mostly going to be mountains. No islands here. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 7, 8. Seems good to me. All right. See everybody for round 1.